Yeah, hi everyone. This is the demo 2. So in the last class, right, we have gone through some Linux commands, no? We will be continuing the same. So in the last class, right, we have gone through some file commands and we have gone through some process management and we have gone through file permissions. Okay. Now we'll go through some other. Okay. So first, right, let us assume like I will create one directory. Okay. Some directory we have created in the last class demo. Yeah. Okay, we are having some directories over here. In the last class, right, we have what I told is like if you want to get a file, right, or that is present in that particular directory, no, we have to give. There is no file actually. Okay, so to create a file, right, what you can do, you can give something like touch a slash a dot txt. Okay, now you will have one file over there. A slash you will have a dot txt. Now let us assume like this is a directory. Okay, this is a.txt. Now I want to zip it or tar it, right? So we have some command like this. Okay, we'll have something like tar hyphen cf. So the thing is like we can do compressions. One is like zip, one is zip, and we can do something like tar hyphen cvf czf, right? It is to create a zip file basically. So tar hyphen c z f a dot or the z. Okay, a dot okay, tar hyphen cf a. I will give the name of the file. I will give the directory later point of time. If you see here now, I got one tar file. Okay, f tar file called created. Now what I will do, right, I will move this to cp to a.tar2. I will move it to the b directory. I will untar there. Okay, I am now navigating to cd slash b. If I go here now, I am having some a.tar, okay, which is the just now I have tarred this file now. So if I want to untar it now, what I can do, right? Yeah, tar hyphen xvf. Xvf stand for x for extract, v for verbose, f for force. Okay, I can give a.tar. Okay, now that directory is extracted. It is just for compressing and it is just for file compression. Okay, so now if you see, if I go back to my cd a present working directories in demo, I have copied my b directory. Okay, I have copied my file to b directory. In that I have extracted it and I came to a directory. If I see here now, I'm having abc and a.txt, both are present, which I have tarred. Okay, there will be one command called as wget. I think it is, yeah. Wget command will be useful if you want to download any file via command line. Okay, it is like mostly used like if you want to download some package or something. No, normally in Windows, right, what will happen? You will click one link and that in turn will download the file locally. But if you are having some repository, okay, some git or something, right, and you want to download the file here, so you will be having some path, git file, or like you will be having one path, no? Using the wget, you will be downloading it. Okay. So let us assume like what I will download. I will do the download of some file. Okay. If I want to download Python, okay. Now what I will do, right? Sorry. So what I will do, right? I want to go for Linux. So I will be copying link. Okay. Wget. I will be giving the path. This is a TZZ file, no? And it is downloading from the FTP. Python org.ftp. This is the file name. So if I give first, one second. If I give, currently I'm where? I'm in this directory. So if I give ls, right, I'm having abc.txt and a.txt. Okay, now I will give this one wget. Now my package got downloaded directly. So I now need to copy locally, and from there I now need to put to the server. So if you have this wget, like same way, right? If you have some packages or something, you can install. You can directly download. Okay. Now we will see something like uh, mm, now we'll go back to Splunk. Okay. The remaining commands we'll see there. So what we have to do, right? Currently, right, I'm going to cloud and doing the stuff. Okay. So once I give like a cloud console.cloud.google.com now, then you will be presented with this page. First, we have to create the cloud account. So if you are having that cloud account now, it is very pretty straightforward. You can try. It's just giving your details and clicking next and adding the credit card. So for first 3 months now, you won't be charged. So whenever you create a cloud account, basically, right, if you see billing here, uh, Google Cloud will give you some credits. Okay. If you see for the first 3 months, right, it will be under free trial. Okay. And they will be crediting you around like 21K. So you can use any service in Google Cloud. Okay. Whereas in Amazon, no, they will be giving for 1 year, but they will giving for only for some specified machines or something. Okay. They will be giving some T2 micro, or they will be giving some will be free, some services will be free, and some services won't be free. So maybe by any chance, right, if you use any service which is not free, no, then you will be charged. So instead of that, right, this is better, no? Like you will be having some amount accumulated. You can use any service, okay, such that you won't get any billing. So here for first 3 months, right, I don't think you will utilize this completely. Okay, I have been using this for 20 days only, like 1K only got detected of my credits. That's why you are choosing the Google Cloud. And you can choose the one beauty of this, right? As I'm having this much billing, no, I'm having some 20K credits. I can use whatever I want. I can choose like whatever the machine I want. Means I can choose a RAM of 8 GB, or I can choose a RAM of some 10 GB also. Okay. It is based on my need. Okay. Now I'm clicking on first. This is the navigation menu basically. Once you log in, right, first we have to create an instance basically. So for that, right, first we have to click on the navigation menu, and there will be something like compute engine. In compute engine, you will be having something like VM instances. Okay, you have to click on this VM instances. So now what will happen, right? This is the place where you will create a machine. I have to click on create instance. So create instance in the sense like I'm spinning one VM in which I will be installing the Splunk. Okay, that is the goal. So if I want to install the Splunk locally, that I can do it. If I have some virtual box or something, no, I can do it. But as a Splunk admin requires some 7 or 8 machines, no, so not everyone will be having the laptop supporting that much. So I'm creating in the cloud. Okay, now what I will do, right? I will give something like demo hyphen indexer. Okay, I'm giving something like demo hyphen indexer. Everything should be in the lower case. Okay, if you put anything like uppercase, no, it won't accept. Okay, and once you change the, if create the name, right, you can't change it. Now we'll be having some region here. A region is something like where you put, where you will spin your instance. Okay, so basically, right, I'm going with the default stuff, whatever they have given. I'm not going to change, even though you can change, but I am not going to change everything. Let it be, because we are not testing on the, we are not doing something on the Google Cloud, right? So the only, and here, right, you will be having something like machine type. This is the region where you want to create your instance, and this is the hardware configuration. Okay, there will be three things. One is the where you want to create the place, second is the hardware configuration, and third one is the software configuration. Okay, these three things should be configured. Okay, this is the region. Second thing is the like hardware configuration for that machine. So I am getting some 2 vcp and 4 GB memory RAM. That should be sufficient for me. Okay, so I'm going with the default 2 vcp and 4 GB. And here, right, this is a software configuration which I want to do. So currently, right, it is coming with a Debian package, Linux 10. So I am changing it to something like CentOS. Okay, I am going with the default CentOS version. Okay, by default they are giving some 20 GB. That is like well and good. I no need to increase anything. If you want also, you can increase. Okay, so for now, for demo purposes and practice purposes, 20 GB is well and good. And there will be something like a firewalls. Now what it will do, right, it will allow the HTTP traffic and HTTPS traffic. Means in any any cloud, irrespective of Azure, AWS or Google Cloud, right, as the instances are spinned in cloud, right, they will block everything. If you create an instance, no, you won't get any access. Okay, so whatever is needed, you have to be more specific, and we have to open that stuff. Okay, so if I want to put it like this, no, for security concerns, now let us assume like I'm putting my machine in cloud. Okay, so if you put any machine in cloud, right, what will happen? It is accessible to everyone, correct or not? So this will have one public IP through which like you can access, I can access, and everyone can access, and it is more vulnerable for the hackers. So any cloud provider, what they will do, right, they will block everything. They will block all traffic. Okay, by default. And user should unblock. Means like if I want HTTP service, then I have to open the port 80. Okay, if I want HTTPS, 443 I have to open. Okay, if I want to run some MySQL, so I need to open 3306 port. Okay, this is common. I have to open those ports. If I install AD, I have to open that AD port. Okay, so currently, right, I'm enabling these two. Okay, and I'm clicking on create. So my VM will be started and I will be getting two stuff. One is like public IP, external IP, and one is the internal IP. Okay, this external IP will be changing every time whenever you create an instance. Internal IP will be constant. Okay, this will be constant, but this external IP, right, whenever you do the lab, right, you have to make sure like once you stop the servers and if you start, right, maybe the setup won't work. So, and you have to modify your configurations based on the new IP that got generated. Okay, let us assume like you have done some like application server and you have installed some indexer and you are forwarding your logs to here. Suddenly something may one day, right, you have shut down. Tomorrow if you turn on, right, this IP will change, this IP will change. So this won't send the logs to here. So what you have to do, right, you have to every time you start the server, right, you have to correct the IP address. That is the uh, default stuff. Okay, now if I want to SSH into machine, no, I can click on this. Basically, I'm showing if I want to SSH into this machine, I have to click on this. Click on SSH. So I will be getting one putty terminal automatically. There will be like two softwares that will be present actually. Splunk supports two types of softwares. Okay, one is like standard edition. Okay, here I will show. This is my Splunk. Okay, and this is my application server, or I will put something like this. This is my Linux. In my Linux, I am having something like Tomcat. I have deployed Tomcat. Now I will be having some logs that will be generated in this server. Okay, now my goal is to send the data to the here. This is the indexer. Okay, now if this machine or the source machine or the application server needs to send logs to my indexer, no, I should have some software called as like universal forwarder. This universal forwarder will forward the logs from here to here. Got it? It will send the logs from your source application to your indexer, and these are stored in something like an index, which is a bucket. Okay, index is something like a directory basically. So it is something like in database, how you will have one database, right, where you will have all the records and all the tables, no. In the same way, here also it is something like a database. This is not the database, but it is not the database. In database, right, you will be having some .sql and all those, but here, right, all the data will be stored in the flat file systems. Okay, so it is not something like a, you will have a DB. Everything will be present in one directory. That's it. Okay, there won't be explicit DB for Splunk. It will store the data in the directory. Okay, so now as I mentioned, if I have this agent, this acts as an agent basically. I have to install the agents in my source systems, and I have to send my logs to the Splunk indexer. Okay, now if you see here, no, this is the Splunk Enterprise Edition. This is the server side configuration. Okay, now how you have to create your uh, Splunk account, no? So you have to give some, provide some first name, last name, email address, phone number, and all those, and you have to click on agree and just click on create account, so that your account will get created and you will be eligible for downloading the software. Now I am logging in. Okay, I'll show just a second. So I am downloading my stuff. Okay, actually I have logged into the Splunk. So by default, we are downloading this Splunk 8.1.3. Okay, and the license is valid for 60 days. Okay, after that, right, you will go to the free license. Means there will be some advanced features like reporting. Okay, now let us assume like you have installed the Splunk. Okay, and you can use it for the 60 days. On the 60th day, what will happen, right? Your data, everything will be present, but there will be some features which you can't use, like reporting, alerting, and all those, right? Apps, those features can't be used. Okay, so that's why they will providing you 60 days. After that, what you can do, right, you can delete the instance. Okay, you can stop the Splunk, delete the directory, and using the same package you can start one more Splunk. Okay, and in each index, right, you will be getting around like 500 MB per day. That is the maximum limit you will get for the trial version. Okay, this is like more than sufficient. So Splunk offers three platforms actually. One is like Windows, Linux, and Mac. Okay, in Windows, no, you it is just exe file you have to download. Okay, in server side, right, in Linux, right, you will be having some RPM based installation and Debian based installation. This is done on Red Hat machines. This is run on Ubuntu and Debian, and this is the generic one. Tar based installation can be done anywhere. So if I want to download this software now, I can click on download now. So if I click on download now, right, I will be getting a command line wget command. Okay, download via command line wget. So what I have to do, right, I have to go to this one. Okay, and copy. Okay, now I went to my command line here. Now what I will do, right, I will give something like sudo -i. Now I will be getting the root access. cd/opt. Opt is the place where the Splunk will be installed by default. So everyone will be installing the Splunk in the opt folder only. If you install in other folder also, it will work, but it is a standard. Okay, in enterprise you will be installing in the opt folder only. Okay, now first thing is, right, I have to update the existing package. Just now I have created this instance, no, yum update -y. So what it will do, right, it will install all the currently, right, whenever they created this VM, right, they will be having some packages. Okay, if there are any new packages that are part, right, then those will be upgraded. The VM will be having the latest packages. See, if you see, this is the RPM, no, they are getting upgraded. Okay, will wait, it will take some time.
Vikram, it will can I install in Oracle VM? Is it work or not?
It will work.
It will work, right?
Hmm.
Normal VM also no problem, right?
So
Because of
Oracle VM in the
currently I am
sense.
using Windows operating system.
Okay.
Vikram.
So the thing is like you are having virtual machine, I meant to say.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Through putty connection also we can access, right?
Yes. We can access. So it is like pretty easy, like no need to download the keys and no need to create the certificates.
Okay.
Just a second. Terminate it. It is taking some time. Yeah. So now I am in my this one and I'm giving the wget here. So wget is not working. So I have to install the wget. Yum install wget. So my wget is installed. Now I can execute that command. Now this will start downloading the package. tar-zxvf. So it will basically extract the folder. Basically simple. The Splunk installation with this star based thing is very simple. Just you have to extract the file. If the extraction is done now, then the Splunk installation is done. Just you have to start the service and generate the username and password for logging into the console. Okay. So if it is an RPM based also, just you have to give RPM-IBH. Okay. And if it is an Windows now, just it's an exe based installation only. Just to double click on the setup file. And you have to click next. That's it. So specific uh no specific stuff is required. Got it? Like no need of doing any like while installing, right? No need of giving any parameters or something. Just next should work. Suppose the installation is done only, we will do the configurations. Now if you see, right, one directory got created. So what I will do, I will just remove this Splunk tar based installation. Okay, so this file I'm removing. Okay, so I'm having only Splunk with me, large only, right? Okay, so now I have to start Splunk. So for that, what I have to do, right, I have to go to one directory, cd/opt/splunk/bin. Okay, this is the directory where I will have all the .sh files or the scripts to start Splunk. Okay, Splunk specific scripts will be present over here. Okay, now what I will do, right, /Splunk stash start. If I give this, right, I will be presented with this license stuff where I have to give like yes or no or something like that. Okay, so then only post you accept this like terms and conditions, only Splunk will get installed. Okay, other way would be something like hyphen accept hyphen license. if you give this one, no, on runtime itself, like this parameter will accept the license and start the Splunk. Okay. Now it is not asking me like accept the license and all those. No, just I have to give the username and password for logging into the Splunk. I'm giving admin. Okay. Now my Splunk is installed. Okay. I will check the IP address. This is the IP address of the particular machine. Okay. I have to check only the external IP. If I give this one, right, it won't work. You have to check always the external IP. 8000. So 8000 is the port, the web port. Okay. Whenever you install a Splunk, no, there will be one port specific for UI. That is 8000 in Splunk case. Okay. Some applications will be having some 8080 and some applications will be having some different port. No, like that Splunk web UI runs on the 8000 port. And I'm giving the username and password. Which I have used. Okay. Now my Splunk got installed and I am able to log into the Splunk. So if I click on search and reporting app, right? So I will be able to see the my Splunk. Okay. In the search bar only we'll be writing the queries. Okay. The Splunk UI looks something like this. So if you want to now what I can do now, sorry. Now if I want to stop my Splunk, no, I can give something like Splunk start. Okay. So if I want to start or something, no, I can use these commands. Now once the Splunk is stopped, no, I won't be able to access the UI. It will time out. Now there will be, this is for stopping the Splunk. If I want to restart, right, if I want to start, I can issue start. Okay, that will work. And one more command is restart. Okay, now if I do a refresh, it should work. This is how we will be restarting the Splunk. So as I mentioned, you know, you will be having, if you click on settings and indexes, right, you will be having the all the internal indexes. These are the Splunk will create some internal indexes by default. Okay, so these are the system created indexes. I told you know, like everything, every data will be stored in something like bucket. This is the, these are the indexes that are being created. If I want to create a new index, now I can click on new index. I can something like demo dot, I can create demo index. Okay, and we will see like during our classes, right, we will see what is this frozen path. Okay, and what is this stuff. Okay, and I can click on save. Okay, now my new index got created over here. Demo index got created now here. So if I want to check in the back end, you know how we have to check, right? cd opt splunk where cd/opt Splunk. Okay, let us use Splunk. Just a second. So this is where in the backend the directories I told you know. Here I have created one directory now. I have created one index now. In the backend one directory will be created. Okay. So in this directory only the data will be stored. Any doubts? Mostly cd/opt Splunk. This is the etc directory where your all the Splunk configuration will be stored. Okay. So if you see right, cd opt Splunk where in where and this one, no, you will be having the data. Okay, here you will be having the data. In etc, right, you will be having all the configurations. Got it? There are two parts here. One is configuration and data. Two parts. Configuration will be present in /etc. Data will be present in something like where. Okay, opt where. Okay, where lib Splunk, in that you will be having. So like for us, right, we need to concentrate on these stuff and this stuff. Okay, whenever you take a backup or whenever you do the stuff, right, these two needs to be taken handled properly. So if you do any configuration from UI and all those, right, that data will be stored here. Means the configuration related, right? If you create an app or if you do something else, right, that configuration related, or if you add a universal forwarder to this indexer, so those will be present here. Once the configuration is completed, no, the data will be loaded into the indexer, no, the data will be present in the where folders. Okay, where lib Splunk. Clear? This is the Splunk installation. So tomorrow we'll see like how to load the data and how to search. Okay, any doubts till now?
Okay. Vikram, I have one doubt.
Yeah,
Vikram, can you able
please.
to hear?
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, actually, we have installed cloud VM or normal VM, local VM.
This
Bit
is cloud.
confusion about that.
No,
Cloud
this is
VM,
the
right?
cloud VM. This is a cloud VM, but the installation procedure remains the same. So
Okay.
if I take the first class on local VM, no, it will be complicated.
Mm.
So
Okay.
the thing is like I don't want to mess up you guys. Okay, definitely if you
Okay.
create an instance Splunk in local VM, no, you will have some,
Mm.
you will be coming across some issues. Okay, in terms of like this is a fine-tuned stuff, right? Whenever you are getting a VM from Amazon or cloud or Azure, no, it will be having like all the prerequisites. Agree?
Okay.
By default you will get the host name, you
Yeah.
will be getting the IP
Yes.
address, you will be getting everything, so you will be using it. But if you want to do it locally, right, you have to create an instance. Okay, you have to install the operating system. After that you have to configure the IP addresses. Okay, and you have to
Okay.
configure the host names.
Okay.
So I don't want to like confuse you on the day one. Okay,
Okay. But how to we have to practice?
both is fine.
So
So
we have only
actually
local machine.
you have local machine only. Now what is the hardware configuration?
8 GB RAM and i5 8th generation.
No, it won't be sufficient.
How much you need?
At least as part of the setup,
Hmm.
I'm having VMware.
Okay.
9 machines are required.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 8, but at least we will run some 3 or 4 at a time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So 3, 4 machines we have to run. It's the Splunk architecture is very big actually. You will be having indexers, you will be having search heads, okay, you will be having some universal forwarders, something like
Okay.
that.
So 16 GB RAM is needed or
16, yeah, 16 should be fine.
okay.
Mine is like 32 GB and i7 9th generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I am able to
Okay.
parallel run 10 to 11 VMs at any point of time. But this,
Okay.
yeah, as you said, local you will have more control. In cloud means you have to stop the instance once your job is done. If it is a
Okay.
local,
Okay.
I agree, you can shut down and you can start it after 4 months or 6 months. You can revisit the configuration.
Yes. Yes.
Any other questions?
Uh, can you share any pre-image regarding Splunk? Like one machine already configured, right, in VM. So you can forward same machine to in Google Drive like that. Is it possible?
I'm
Got it
not
now? What
sure.
am I asking you?
So you want to import your local VM to cloud, no? That's what you are saying, right?
Okay.
Is that your question?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't
Okay.
think so. And it is not a complicated thing, no? Just you can spend 2-3 minutes and you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got one more question. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it will cover. It will cover. So just a second. I will turn on 1 second. So you like in class, right? Whether I will be covering the question was like whether I will be whether I will learn to write a Splunk query and fetch logs from index. Yeah, I will show one demo on the current classes. So whatever we are doing, right, I will show. Just a second. This is for the old batch. You are not able to see my screen now. Just give me 2 minutes. I will show the existing class, whatever we have completed now. I will show that. Hmm. So this is the current batch. So we'll be teaching the reporting, alerting stuff also. Okay, I will show one dashboard which we have created as part of the class. So you'll be able to create these dashboards using the queries. No, you'll be taught something like this. You can prepare. Okay, you can get the total passed transaction, failed transactions. Okay, how many transactions happened Okay, status scores by 1 hour. Okay, and response time stuff, and you can create some charts like this. These things will be taught. This is the dashboard which we have prepared using the Splunk queries. So yeah, this is the stuff which we have prepared for the last batch. Any other questions? So any other questions? So, and one more thing, like someone was
That's it.
asking that Arkil virtual box you are mentioning, no? Is
Right,
this
right, right.
so? Arkil virtual box, if I install Splunk, no, it is not working. I'm really not
Okay.
sure why. But the thing
Mm.
is like some the networking stuff needs to be done. Some networking, natting, and something will be there right here. So in VMware, right, it is straightforward
Net.
working. Okay, so
Okay,
it is
okay, okay.
straightforward working. So if you put that in Arkil virtual box, then we are unable to launch the UI.
Okay, okay, okay. Exhaust
So
plus
you can,
exhaust plus command, maybe it will work, right?
huh?
Exhaust plus.
I'm not sure. Yeah. No, the Splunk is getting installed. Once you launch the UI,
Okay.
right, you won't get the
Yeah,
UI.
yeah, that's what.
It will
It
fail.
is a graphical, right?
It is not with graphical or something. It is something like Splunk, right? Internally,
Mm,
once the OS
mm,
gets installed, no, there will be some
mm.
networking. No,
Yes, yes, yes.
Ethernet card will be there. Okay, so somewhere it is kicking back.
Mm-hmm.
It is unable to
Okay.
open the. It is getting binded to local host instead of the public IP or the IP address. You got it.
Yes, I got
So
it. I
there
got
will
it.
be like IPs, right? One is like loopback address, and you will be having IP address. Correct? Huh?
Mm,
Instead of getting binded to
maybe.
host name, it is binding
Mm.
to some host name, or instead of getting binded to the IP address, it is getting binded to the loopback IP address.
Okay.
So if the Splunk starts, if I see my older screen, when if I can go to the older, or yeah, this is where I have restarted now. Here, right, Splunk is at least binding to my host name here, correct? Huh?
Yes, yes.
There it is getting binded to my loopback address, means 127. It is getting binded to 127.
Okay.
Like this it is happening. So it won't work, no?
Yes, yes.
So instead of binding to some the IP address configuration, something needs to be done. It is not with graphical or stuff. Okay, it is related to the you will be having some virtual boxes there. No, no. Yeah, I tried, but it didn't work out. So I have installed. Maybe I will give that VMware software to you. You can install from there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you can remove that one and you can install. But
Okay, fine.
maintaining the setup in this VMware or Oracle will be challenging, whereas in cloud it will be very easy because you won't. Just now I told you, no, if you install in this Oracle virtual box, it won't get installed.
Okay.
So like that, right? You will be having some limitations. Those things has to
Mm.
be dealt by us. But if you see go to cloud or something, no, it will be provided by default to them. You no need to bother.
Okay.
So if you do local, if they give CD, you can do. Okay, in Office, if they give you some show some machine, and if they give you CD, like Linux CD, and if they give you some mount point where the Splunk is installed, if you
Mm-hmm.
locally set up your environment, you can do. Okay, but in cloud, no, like administrators has to install and do everything, and then on top of it, you can install. That is the difference. Got it.
Okay.
So but if you are the provided, if you are having a good machine only, you can take a chance and install, no? At any point of time, if you are able to run 3 to 4 virtual machines in VMware, no, then you can go ahead and do the lab in your local. Okay.
Okay.
Others, how many are having this? Like mostly, right? That depends upon my mood here. Some in the last batch, no, I have done it in my VMware itself
Okay.
locally. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Vikram,
for
I'm
some,
asking same thing. That VM machine, can you share in my local machine for practice purpose? For example, one of my friend shared me Oracle VM machine. Used my extendable hard disk. I copied there and pasted in my local. So I'm practicing here in my Oracle VM. Same way, your VM machine, can I copy and paste
the
it
thing
to in
is
my
like I
local
can
machine?
export and give you as an OVF. Okay. Here there will
Okay.
be an
Hmm.
option to
Hmm. There is no option.
option.
Okay.
There will be option,
Okay. Okay.
but I can't
Hmm.
guarantee like it will work or not. Yeah, but why
Hmm.
I should give simply you install and you get Wi-Fi install and give you a
Okay. Okay.
ready-made
I will try.
remote thing. You understood this configuration. It is very simple, no? It is something like a big
Yes.
deployment,
Yes.
no? Then fine. But it is very pretty
Okay.
straightforward. And now I will
Yes.
like,
Yes.
so if you see here, no, I will give that automated way. Like going forward, no, once this is done, this is one of my machine,
Hmm.
like it is Splunk, okay, and bin. I'll just stop it. There will be an automated way. We want to go and every class we have to install this Splunk, no, it will be headache.
Okay.
So we will have some, I have written, we have one macro. Install Splunk, if you click, no, it will automatically install Splunk. You don't need to touch everything. Likewise, we have to do in class because this Splunk installation will take some time, no? 10-15 machine. So 10-15 minutes, if this itself takes, no, how can I take class?
Okay. Okay.
For admin related, right? I have to spin two or three instances. I should have Splunk. Then each instance will take 5 to 10 minutes, no? If I do manually. So like this, we'll install. Just we'll double click and we'll only initially only we'll do this start and all those. Next from next rate, we'll have one macro and we'll just click on it and it will install. We'll record a macro and we'll play back for the installation. I can give you this export and give you that macro. Okay.
Okay.
Now I haven't touched it. Else, if I want to install search head, I need 3 machines. If I want to install 3 machines now, each if it takes 5 to 10 minutes now, our half an hour or 20 minutes is gone. That's why like the classes will be completed within like lesser time than 30 days. No. Okay. So local host. See, that depends upon, as I mentioned, no, here, right? Public interface is binded to this one. You got it. So when I installed in Google Cloud, it is different. When I installed in this machine, it is different. So each infrastructure, the Splunk behavior would be different. If you see waiting for web, it is showing correct or not. Loop back, it is binded.
Okay.
In here, when I did no, it binded to host name. So the installation will be bit different.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm done. It's already 9:06. Okay. So they will contact you if you guys are interested. No, enroll or enroll for Splunk. Okay.
So tomorrow, what will be covered?
So tomorrow, how many demos are there actually?
3 demos they told, as per my knowledge.
Okay.
I think tomorrow also, I think that will be the last demo.
Yeah. Tomorrow I will check. Yeah. Tomorrow mostly we'll do with some development related stuff. Okay, we have installed Splunk. No, we'll load some data and we'll try to play. Okay.
Okay, fine.
So that universal forward configuration and all those, right? I don't want to take it to demo. Okay, that spinning of the instance and like you will be having some application where it will ship some logs. No, that I don't want to take. Okay.
Okay. And sir, this on Saturday also the class will be there, Saturday,
No,
Sunday, or how is it?
Monday.
Monday directly. Okay. So from Monday the actual classes will start,
Yeah.
right?
From Monday, the actual class will begin. And one more thing, right? Sometimes if weekends, no, it is possible for me, right? I will take the sessions.
Okay. Yeah.
Saturday weekends also. Maybe at least one day I will take. I'm not sure. Okay. Right. Thanks.
Fine.
Bye. Thank you.
Sir, one